Welcome to this week's Aelita Diaries, with a title appropriately named Aelita. See, I'm going to spoil it for you. This episode is a 1 out of 6. It is, without question, the worst episode of Code Lyoko, especially for a hooked in user. Now, if you're not a hooked in viewer, it goes up to a 2. But it's a 1 in 2's clothing. Because it's a flashback episode of sorts that really doesn't have any purpose. What is it? Well, Aelita's been daydreaming her memories. Her memories that she recovered at the end of season 2. Which does a Kingdom Hearts and lines the pieces up. And it tells you the exact chronological order of events that led to where Aelita is now before the series, with only one brand new tidbit that France and Xana used to actually have a talking relationship at one point, and Aelita's first interaction with a Kingerlot. But those are tertiary. They don't really change the sadness, the tragedy, and the other pain of it all. It just sucks. All of it sucks. It's all sad. But Aelita is still hoping out there. And she's willing to go to Sector 5 to go and get it. Now, Jeremy's a douche and doesn't want to do any of it. So, naturally, it's up to Aelita to take agency for her own selfish wants, which is pretty bad. This is the most selfish that Aelita has been in the series thus point, but you could at least understand it from an emotional level. She keeps daydreaming. It doesn't stop. The rupture in class. It makes her distracted. It's no excuse, though. But at least with the energy field, she can protect herself, by God. And she's got a willing participant in oddly, who's got a foot fungus problem. One week, you don't let him eat. The next week, you give him an addiction to a Tamagotchi. The week after that, you give him foot fungus. And you don't even give him some Gold Bond medicated powder. You don't even give him some medicine. He just has the foot fungus. That's your B plot. No Xana attack. No big worry. Just kinda does a thing. Or can Yumi eventually help when Odd's taken out? But Aelita gets a snippet of what she might be looking for. Any evidence of the existence of her father still being around. A small spackle of hope. Yes, this episode is supposed to make you cry all the tears of worry, but it fails at doing so. Mainly because the odd foot fungus saga creates total whiplash. Aelita being selfish and looking for the information is also very uncharacteristic for her. Although this time she is better prepared and she does ask first. But it doesn't save the episode. For long-time viewers, This is treading over water that is already explored not only in the pilot movie Xana Awakens, but if you've been watching the show up to this point, especially if you decided to watch the movie first before the series proper with Teddy Godzilla, this is just a recount of information that already exists. If you're a season 2 viewer and you're coming off of this episode serves nothing. This episode only serves those that are brand new viewers coming late, which, by the way, as a fan of the show, as a reviewer of the show for the last 56 weeks, I can tell you, Code Lyoko is a television show that you should not, in any circumstances, enter late in the game, which makes this episode even worse. For those that truly care about the series, an episode like this is not even necessary. It's pointless. All of it is. It just sets an emotional vibe for Aelita's character. Something that is even better expanded even down the line in season 4, which makes this episode even more pointless than it already is. It's the lowest rating I can give, a 1 out of 6, but I would even say it's worse than The Girl of the Dreams. It serves no purpose whatsoever. It's an episode you can read the wiki. Don't waste the 22 minutes, even if you feel bad for our main protagonist. It just doesn't lead anywhere. We are 5 episodes into this season, and no episode has scored greater than a 3. Now you're seeing why this season is largely forgotten. Hopefully, the Pretender can give us a ray of hope next week. But chances are it won't. This is why season 3 is so largely skipped, because the episodes are pointless. They move nothing. They barely do anything. And when they're at their worst, they're this. If you have to watch it for completionist's sake, I pray for you. But if you don't care about completion, just skip this one entirely. Just watch all of season 2 and the pilot movie. It covers all this. Find peace in your own nirvana. We'll talk about The Pretender next week.